Once upon a time, before there were bright neon signs and colourful markers everywhere, people had to decide what colour would keep kids safe on their way to school. It wasn't just about picking a happy colour. The story of why school buses are yellow is about science, safety, and making smart choices. Imagine if school buses were painted any colour, blue, green, or even purple. Would you notice them as quickly on a foggy morning? Would drivers stop in time if a bus was the same colour as the trees? Probably not. That's why, in 1939, a group of teachers, scientists and paint experts met in New York to answer a big question. What colour should every school bus be? Back then, school buses came in all sorts of colours. Some were red, some were black, and some were just plain metal. There were no rules, and that made things confusing and even dangerous. Drivers sometimes didn't see the buses until it was too late. Dr. Frank Sear, a smart professor, thought there should be a rule for what colour school buses should be. So, he invited people from all over the country to help decide. They tested lots of colours by painting big boards and looking at them in different weather: rain, fog, and even snow. They wanted a colour that would stand out no matter what. After a lot of thinking and testing, they picked a bright yellow with a little bit of orange in it. This colour was named National School Bus Glossy Yellow. It wasn't just a pretty colour, it was chosen to help keep kids safe. But why yellow? Well, our eyes are really good at seeing yellow, especially from the side, even if we're not looking straight at it. That's important because school buses are often on the road early in the morning when it's still dark or foggy. Yellow is also a colour that means pay attention. Think about road signs and warning lights. They're usually yellow or orange. So when you see a yellow school bus, your brain knows it's important and you should be careful. After the yellow colour was chosen, it took a while for every state to start using it. Some places changed quickly, while others took longer. But soon, everyone saw that yellow buses were safer, and the colour became a symbol of caring about kids.
Yay!
Over time, the yellow school bus became famous. You see it in movies, TV shows, and even in art. It's a sign of going to school and learning new things. The paint for school buses also had to be really tough. It needed to stay bright and not fade, even after years in the sun and rain. Scientists and paint makers worked together to make sure every bus from Maine to California was the exact same shade of yellow. They even gave the colour a special code so there would be no mistakes. In many places, it's even a law that only school buses can be painted that colour. The yellow school bus isn't just an American thing either. In Canada, school buses are the same yellow. Even in countries like Japan and the United Kingdom, you'll see yellow buses taking kids to school. The colour has become a sign for safety and learning all over the world. But school buses have changed in other ways too. People have talked about making buses better for the environment, adding seat belts, and using new technology like cameras and GPS. Some places are even starting to use electric school buses that are quieter and cleaner. But through all these changes, the yellow colour has stayed the same. That's because it still works. Studies show that yellow is the easiest colour to see in the morning and evening when most kids are going to and from school. So the next time you see a yellow school bus, remember that it's not just a random colour. It's a colour chosen by smart people who wanted to keep kids safe. It's a colour that tells drivers to slow down and pay attention. And it's a colour that connects kids all over the country and even the world.